Where does Paige and Melissa stand in the Mona army? See, that's what I'm saying. I really honestly feel that maybe, like, the Mona army... Here's what I'm thinking is going to happen, okay? I don't trust Paige. I don't necessarily think she's on the A-team. I just don't think she's up to any good. I think that, honestly, Mona's army, okay, let's fight against Allison, but I think that there's somebody on that team for everyone that would honestly...
There's another twin reference in the fucking Mona army.
Yeah, but I'm saying, though, like, the girls... Okay. You have Mona cares about Hannah. Lucas cares about Hannah. I don't see these people really... Okay, yeah, Mona in the first season hit Hannah with a car. Do we even know if that's fucking true? Because we know that she did all but 2 things. Was it really her that she hit with the car, or is she just saying that it was her? Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Was it really her? Because what's the other thing? We know she didn't push Ian off the bell tower, but there's still one other thing that Mona did not do in the first season, which I'm thinking that it's hit Hannah with the car. I really, honestly, genuinely feel that Mona really does care about Hannah.
So do I.
I really do. I honestly believe that 100%.
Listen,
Same thing with Lucas.
Bad, good, evil, fucking fantastic, whatever. Mona is one of my favorite characters on the show. I adore Mona. I love her.
Which brings us to our next point. Was Mona really visited in Radley? They said it was a figment of her imagination, but was that part of
They also said that Mona was not going to be A.
They said a lot of things. So I don't know. Apple references. Okay, is that Ezra around?
Yeah, we discussed.
All right. Who is Dr. Sullivan's son?
Who the fuck is that? Is it Lucas?
Somebody else mentioned Caleb. Caleb's a little tough because we know that he went to go...
Well, who the fuck is your son? And how did Toby get in touch with Dr. Sullivan so fast?
Because he was on the A-team. He knew where she'd be.
He knew. He wasn't on the A-team yet, supposedly, though. That was the end of season 2.
I don't believe that either. Why was Ren trying to contact Spencer with a blocked number? That's like our number 1 Ren is A theory. Why was he breaking into her fucking house and then
pretending to be drunk?
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of Ren.
Although, if Ren broke into my house looking like that, I would have taken advantage of him.
Fuck yes. But the next thing is that, we've mentioned this before, but here it is again. Ren was having a cigarette in the pilot episode.
And we know that A smokes.
Well, we don't know that A smokes.
I was just trying to maybe fill in for what you were going to say. What were you going to say?
We don't know that. What I was going to say is that when people quit, hard candy is something that they choose to...
And he always has hard candy.
Yes.
A always has hard
Peppermints,
candy.
butterscotch.
Okay.
Vodka tonic, Ren, vodka tonic, A.
How did A and Mona know Hannah would be in the
yes, okay. Hannah's sitting in the fucking car. Radio says, and this one goes out to Hannah from her best friend A. How the fuck did Mona, or whoever sent that friggin' message via radio,
like when I get in my car, I use my iPod.
How did whoever sent that know that Hannah was going to be listening to that exact station at that exact fucking time?
Where is Eddie Lamb?
Where is Eddie Lamb? And what's his beef with fucking Ren?
Because Eddie Lamb is on to Ren. How did Toby get his badge? We already talked about that. Why did Ren... We talked about that too. What was with the Mona Ren interrogation?
Yeah. I figured out where your loyalties lie. Oh, by the way, you misspelled diagnosis.
Yeah. What was that all about? She claims she doesn't know who Big A is. He's Big A. Why did Mona confess to Wilden's murder?
He's Big A.
Why did Mona confess to Wilden's murder? Why does Mona do anything she does?
While on that subject, why the fuck was Wilden killed?
Yeah.
Is it because he was part of the NAT club? And what does the NAT club know about the A-team?
And was Ezra part of it?
He's
about the same age as all of them. They all are fucking connected.
Did he actually go to Hollis College? And if he did, was Byron his teacher?
Why was Ren coloring in Bethany's, because I'm assuming that was Bethany's picture.
I'm going to say it was too. There was a horse. There was a little girl standing there. That could have been Bethany. Who was the person he was coloring in with the dark hair?
Who's the rich bitch that's going with the tan purse? Me and Jeff sat on the phone. Stop it! Me and Jeff sat on the phone the one night, and I literally, for like 2.5 hours, searched for all these PLL pictures of somebody with a tan purse. A big beige purse. Like an idiot. Nothing. I looked into Ezra's mom. I looked into Mrs. De Laurentiis. I looked into Ashley Marin.
Speaking of, where the fuck is Mrs. Fitz? And where the fuck is Wes? Where the fuck are you, Greg Sulkin? Where are you?
When Hannah questioned Ren about the blonde seeing Mona, he blew her off.
Yes, Hannah was talking to Ren. She saw him sitting inside a restaurant, the brew, whatever. Went in and started questioning him regarding the blonde. Let me see this, because that was Sarah's question.
I don't even remember that.
The blonde seeing Mona. He blew her off and said that they were understaffed at the time. I think that this might be... I'm not sure where that was. That was in Radley that the blonde was seeing her. But she asked about security cameras, and his response was that he didn't want to get involved. He didn't want to show any security cameras, possibly because there's something on there that no one should see, such as him orchestrating everything.
Who was he talking to Mrs. Hastings about? Why was he making it seem like Mrs. Hastings was a bad person?
I've done my part, you do yours.
Yeah, that's weird. What did he mean? I'll handle. Okay. Hard candy, Ren small, vodka tonic. Why did Mona buy Jenna's car? They're all friends now. Like, what the fuck?
How the fuck, once again, did Jenna know that was her car that Sydney was referring to?
Yeah, that pissed us off.
And who the fuck met Sydney and Jenna in the park that day?
Mona.
You think it was Mona?
Well, it was Mona, Jenna, and Sydney, right? And
it was never confirmed who was. Yeah, it was. I think
Mona was sitting there. Jenna.
She
and
was
Sydney
okay. Yes, but somebody else was coming.
Who is Toby's father and stepmother? How come he's a major person? How come we've never? And now we're gonna meet Mona's mom. How come we've never met Toby's parents? Especially considering that if we even met his stepmother, it would be Jenna's mother too. Like, what the fuck? None of these kids have parents. Who is Grunwald to Allie?
Seriously.
Why is Shauna in Ravenswood? Why was she in Ravenswood? Who the fuck gives a fuck about Shauna? Why is Ezra's lair in Ravenswood?
Does Shauna have something to do with that? Why the fuck was she in Ravenswood?
Was she maybe doing
undercover work for Ezra?
Why and who planned Caleb's mom's accident? Was it A? Was it not A? Who the fuck knows? Whose cabin was Ezra and Arya at? Who was the friend that Ezra got that cabin off of? I think it was Ren. Where and why did Ezra move his stuff from the cabin?
Did he actually do it while Arya went to fetch a can of chickpeas? And if so...
That was a lot of shit to move.
That was a lot of shit to move. So if that was the case, who the fuck was helping him move it?
Yeah. What did he pick up when Arya dropped it?
We talked about that, yeah.
Where was he when he was supposedly seeing Malcolm?
Mm-hmm.
Who is Nigel the fucking Wright? Who is Nigel Wright? Who is living in Philly with the pizza?
Who's throwing pizza parties in Philadelphia?
Where the fuck is Jason? Again, missing. Like, when did Allie's grandmother die? That was never really mentioned.
No.
Like, she was really close with her grandmother. Yeah. She was going down to see her, whatever. Whether she actually went or not, nobody knows. But she was really close with her grandmother.
Yeah.
Now she just doesn't know who
she doesn't give a fuck.
How many yellow tops does Allie have?
And how many fucking Allison bracelets are there? Seriously.
This is fucking... I mean, it's ridiculous. Why was there a CC Drake visitor pass? And why did Ren cover it up? And why... CC's visitor pass, they have the patient ID number on it. And it is different from...
Elam's
pass. Yep.
There's actually a fucking picture of Elam's because he was an employee. But hers was a visitor pass.
Well, Elam's was Toby's
visitor pass. Well, I understand that, but I'm saying There was
But
a
why
picture on
why
it.
would Elam need a visitor's pass? If he
That
worked
was an
there.
employee pass.
I understand it was an employee pass. But we had somebody else's. Who else went to go visit Mona? Hannah's.
And Arya went.
Yeah, but Hannah, I know, but like the picture that we see of Hannah's to visit Mona is a different patient ID number than whoever whoever Cece went to see.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Who knocked Toby out? I believe that was Shauna
yeah.
and Jenna.
Who did that? Mm-hmm.
Who set the fire? Again, I believe that was Shauna and Jenna. Who saved all the girls? I just don't get it. What was Shauna, Jenna, and Melissa planning that night? Did they know that the girls would have been in there? Melissa said that she's been protecting Spencer this whole time. Is she lying? We don't fucking know. Who set the fire at Jason's when Hannah pulled out Jenna? Where the fuck is Pepe the dog?
Seriously.
They had a dog last week, now they don't have one anymore.
He was barking his way through fucking finding dead bodies in the backyard, and now, poof, he's gone.
Mm-hmm. What went on in London, and why was Toby there? Toby is just, I'm telling you, no, Toby. What did Spencer put in Allie's coffin? We talked about that. Spencer didn't put anything in Allie's coffin. Why? That we know of. Why?
Next question on there that I wrote is about the earrings. Arya puts these earrings in Allie's coffin. First of all, where's the other earring? Secondly, whose earrings were they? Because it turns out that Meredith is like, oh, those aren't my earrings. And what was the next part of that I said?
The U-Pen. Because it's earrings. Oh, who put them in the coffin?
Who put them in the coffin?
Okay. Why was Ezra at U-Penn?
Or why did she put them in the coffin, not who put them in the coffin? Why put those in the coffin as a remembrance for one of your best friends that passed away? Let me just throw an earring in there. Let me just put in an earring. Nothing was ever mentioned about that. And while we're on the subject, where the fuck is Meredith? Where did she take off to?
Did we talk about U-Penn?
I said, why was Ezra at U-Penn, and why was he there? And why did Cece get kicked out? Like, what did Allison do to kick Cece out of U-Penn, to get her kicked out of there? And who the fuck intervened with Spencer's application?
Does Allie know Caleb?
It certainly seemed as if they did know one another, regardless. Oh yeah, you know, this is the elusive Allison that everybody has talked about for years. I'm finally seeing her in the flesh kind of look that he gave her when he walked in. It was more, if you ask me, there was more to it than that. It seemed like when he saw her and she looked at him, as in the picture of the basement that Allie was in last week, that looks a fuck of a lot like Caleb sitting there. Did you see that? Oh, I have to show you that.
It looks like Caleb?
Sitting there in the basement. Yes, it does.
Would that have been before he knew Hannah?
I don't know what the timeline is when Cyrus Petrollo right? and all those people were in the basement.
Okay, you want to stop this and we'll go to the next one because we only have 2 things left. We'll be able to fly through it.